What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 225, and today we do indeed have the FA Cup final with Arsenal against Liverpool here at Wembley. Of course, a repeat of the Capital One Cup final where we took on Liverpool, and of course we beat them by, was it 2-1 or 3-1? I can't remember now. But anyway, we beat Liverpool in the Capital One Cup final, so it's a repeat of that final, and of course, funny enough, Matuidi ended up going in goal for that game because Mignolet got sent off in the first 10 minutes. So hopefully this game will be just as interesting, and there you go. Side note for you guys though, I was literally just playing this game a minute ago, and I was winning it by 3-1, and I looked over at the computer just to make sure everything was still going along okay, and I went back to my Elgato. I was answering a question. I went back to my Elgato just to make sure everything was going okay, and I realised that the green light wasn't on for the microphone on the Elgato screen. So obviously I hadn't pressed a button, which meant that you guys wouldn't have had the audio. So that was kind of annoying. I got to play this game again as I was winning and closing out the game. But even so, hopefully we'll be able to win it anyway. Because coming to this game, so far our record against Liverpool this season is played free, won free. We beat them at the Emirates. We beat them at Anfield. This is unbelievably laggy. We beat them at the Emirates. We beat them at Anfield, and of course we did beat them at Wembley in the Capital One Cup final, so we should be favourites coming into the game. But I don't know why, like, even though I just played that game a minute ago and we were winning 3-1, I still didn't feel comfortable playing the game. I still felt as though every time Liverpool came forward, they were countering me quite a bit. They were probably going to score a goal. Even so, hopefully we'll be able to win the game, and of course if we do win this game, that will basically wrap up a domestic treble. The Premier League, we've effectively won it. Of course, if you missed the last episode, basically we beat Sunderland in the penultimate game of the season to move 6 points clear of Man City, but City do have a game in hand on us. But due to the goal difference, there's like 28 goals separating us and Man City right now. Due to the goal difference, you know, even if we lose our final game and City win their final two, it's, you know, unless they win both games like 14-0 each way, then they're not going to win the title, obviously. So basically, you know, we've won 2 trophies basically already, a Capital One Cup in the Premier League, and if we win this, it'll be a domestic treble, which I think will be okay for our first full season with Arsenal. You know, in real life that would be a great achievement, but I think that would be okay. Obviously, you know, not winning the Champions League was a bit of a shame because I honestly felt we were going to go all the way in that competition. But I'll take a domestic treble in my first full season, no doubt about it. And of course, don't forget, this will probably be the penultimate season in this series. I might do 1 or 2 more, but I'm not too sure. This will probably be the penultimate season, and hopefully next year we'll go one step further in the Champions League as well, and reach the final, and hopefully touch wood win it as well. Because I'd love to win the Champions League with Arsenal before we do officially retire, but we'll have to wait and see. Even so, 225 episodes is a huge amount regardless, and it's been a long journey to get here, and I'm so grateful for your support as per usual. If you can help me out by leaving a like on the videos, I really do appreciate that. You don't have to if you don't want to, obviously, but I really do appreciate it. And it's been awesome to have this amount of episodes, and there's some of you guys that have been watching since episode 1, and I can't say thank you enough for that. I really can't, so appreciate it. And in today's episode, it is of course going to be a live commentary Q&A. I get my questions from Twitter, and you can follow me on Twitter at @DocLanders. As per usual, there's a link to my Twitter profile in the description of every single video, so feel free to give me a follow. It's the best place to keep up to date with me and my videos. You will never miss a video. A link gets posted to a video like 30 seconds after it's been published on YouTube. You can get involved in the series I run. For example, like in today's episode, you guys are asking me questions, so you know, Q&As, you guys can get involved in the series in that way. You can make signings. Sometimes I'll let you guys make a signing on a pre-contract via a straw poll. You know, sometimes like this season, you can make an official signing, a permanent signing, if you will, like straight off the bat. Like you guys chose Savanier over Lassie this year. Sometimes you guys can choose a team for me. For example, my player series, you guys chose for us to join Manchester United for our 2nd season, which we're in right now. So yeah, follow me on Twitter. It's the best way to keep up to date with my videos, and the link's in the description as per usual. And there you go. So thanks to everyone asking me questions on Twitter. As per usual, I won't be able to answer all of them just because I get so many, and don't feel bad if I didn't answer yours. Don't take it to heart. It's just because there are so many to answer. I'll never get around to them all. And there you go. So Liverpool having the first chance of the game there, but a good block. And away we go. So let's get down to the questions anyway and see how many we can get through. Again, if I don't answer yours, please don't take it to heart. It's nothing personal. There's no favoritism. I genuinely just don't get the time to answer them all, so I favourite a handful and just leave it at that. If I get more time to answer more, then I'll do so. Otherwise, there you go. What a ball by Ramsey. Savanier, first time shot. Oh, good save, Mignolet. What a lovely ball by Ramsey. Anyway, first question comes from Ryan Linsky. And just checking the Elgato again to make sure it's on this time. First question comes from Ryan Linsky, and he says, what do you think of Raheem Sterling and the contract situation. To be honest, I won't answer too many football questions as per usual because I don't really like the idea that a lot of people think I'm favouritism towards a few teams and biased against others. I don't know why a lot of people think I'm biased against Liverpool, but that's how some people see me. Honestly, like the way I see it in real basic and simple terms is that it's a massive, massive shame that it's been such a mess. You know, it really has. I mean, when you think about the club, Henderson, Gerrard as well, and now Sterling too with these contract problems. The club, I guess, probably could have handled it a little bit better, but Sterling himself as an individual to come out and do an interview with the BBC and say something like, I think he said something like, I wouldn't, accept 100 grand a week if Liverpool gave it to me. It's such a silly thing to say, it really is. So it's been really poorly handled by, the club and, of course, the player as well. I don't know who advised Sterling to do that interview with the BBC, but it was a terrible, terrible thing to do. And it's a massive shame, it really is, because I really like Sterling. What a save, Mignolet. I really like Sterling. Of course, he's won the Golden Boy Award, and he has won the Golden Boy Award, and Rodgers has done a lot for him in his early career development, and I think Liverpool is the best club for him to be at as well for his personal development. I think Liverpool is the best club for him to stay at right now, and it's just a real shame that this sort of mess has put so much pressure on the kid. I mean, he's only 20 years old, don't forget, and he's put so much needless pressure on himself by doing that interview, and it was just a silly thing to do. It's been a right mess, and I really do hope it does get sorted out because I want him to stay at Liverpool. I want him to succeed there, and I want the relationship with the fans and Sterling, Liverpool fans and Sterling, to be a really positive one. Right now it seems to be a little bit, how do we feel about this young star who seems like he just wants to, well, not exactly wants to leave the club to win trophies, but you don't really know how Sterling really does feel. So I don't know, like, my honest feelings are that I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I really do want Sterling to stay at Liverpool because I think it is. Oh, what a finish! Oh my goodness, what a strike! I'm so shocked. That was incredible. The way he hit that. That seemed to swerve like way inside from the far post. That seemed. I want to watch this on the replay. That seemed like it was going way wide. That was an incredible strike. I've got to watch this on the replay because that seemed like I was going way wide. Please give me a good camera angle of that strike. I swear that was going oh, that's a terrible angle. I was going to say, I swear that ball was going miles wide of the post. Maybe not. Maybe I need glasses. But yeah, anyway, Sterling, it's just a shame it's come to this. And I really hope that they do get it sorted. And I think they will get it sorted. I think if he doesn't sign a new contract this season and at the end of this season, he'll probably sign one during next season sometime. But if he does end up leaving, it'll be a massive shame. He's only 20 years old. For him to leave the club now when he's got so many great years ahead of him and he could do so much for the club, it'll be a massive shame. But we'll have to wait and see. It'll be interesting regardless of what happens. But I guess just the best way of putting it is it's just such a shame that what's happened has happened and it's just been poorly managed. And there you go. Anyway, the next question comes from Morton. I'm still shocked about that finish. I swear that was going miles wide of the post. Morton says, what is your favourite NBA team? I watch the NBA every night, but I don't really have a favourite team. I watch the Raptors whenever they're on, but I wouldn't call them a favourite team. For Millwall, for example, in football, I call them we or us because they're my favourite team and I feel like I have an affiliation with them. But, for the Raptors, I don't have that. I just call them the Raptors. I don't really think they're my favourite team or anything, but whenever they're on, I watch them. But yeah, I don't really have a favourite team, to be honest. I said before I probably should get a favourite team. I probably should get a team which I actually want to watch and do well because, it's fun watching the NBA as a neutral perspective, but I like the added intensity and the added interest if I actually did support a team. And I do watch the NBA every night, every time it's on, oh wow, Christian, what are you doing? Whenever the NBA is on, I do watch it and everything, but I don't know, I can't convince myself to support one team above the others, but yeah, I do watch the Raptors whenever they're on though, but I wouldn't call them a favourite team, and there you go. Oh, what a chance for Niang to make it 2-0. Oh wow, did he just slip over? Did he just slip over? I'm pretty sure he wasn't tackled or anything. Anyway, next question comes from Evan, and Evan says, what do you hope to achieve by the end of the year? Honestly, I would just like to... I don't know, like I just want to move out, I really do. And that's going to be really, really hard for me to do that. And I don't know if I'll be able to do that. And due to loads of different circumstances, I'm not too sure whether it is. Well, it's definitely realistic aims, but I'm not too sure whether it's achievable. But I really do want to move out come the end of the year. You know, I'm targeting to move out around September, October time if I can't do it any earlier. But I don't know. It's really difficult and really complex, and I still need to make sure that my YouTube earnings go up a little bit because right now they're not at a stage where I could say where I would feel comfortable moving out. I guess is the best way of putting it. But we'll have to wait and see. It's definitely something I would like to do, and it is something I would hope to achieve. So that's what my answer is going to be to the question. But whether it actually happens or not, I'm not too sure. And the next question comes from, it's a good chance on the break here actually. Oh, Lazari, I wanted to pass it to Savanier. Next question comes from Frank, and Frank says, "Gar, that's your ball." There we go, cushion it down. Frank, and Frank says, where are we? Have you already thought about what team you'll play FIFA 16 career mode with? Yes, I have, Frank, but I will be letting you guys choose as per usual. I've got a list of teams already. I've already got 4 teams. Oh, Zil, what a chance for 2-0. Oh, Mignolet, great save. I've already got a list of teams that I would like to do a career mode with next year. Maybe one of those I might do as a career mode, a second career mode, well, technically a third career mode. Garber, no, straight Mignolet, a third career mode during FIFA 15. But yeah, I've got a list of teams already. But as per usual, I'll let you guys choose the team. I won't give anything away. Obviously, I'll wait until we get closer to the date. But I've got a few teams which I think could be really good. Due to promotion and relegation, maybe 1 or 2 of the teams might have to be taken out of the list I'm making right now. But yeah, there's a list of teams I've got to consider, and I think there's one team on there which I think would be a really good team to start with as a career mode team. Well, it depends on other factors, but we'll have to wait and see. But as per usual, again, you'll make the decision, not me. So I could have a list of like 30 teams, and you guys would still make the final choice because that's just how I do things. And there you go. And the next question comes from, we'll get to it in just a moment's time. So Lallana's on the ball. The game feels really fast paced right now. I don't know why. It just feels like every time I take my eyes off the screen, I'm probably going to lose possession, and Liverpool might come at the other end and score. Good chance here though. Oh, Lazari's ready to challenge. Keep on running, Lazari. Keep on running. It's coming to you. What a chance. You can cut past Dejan Lovren. Come on, in you go, in you go, in you go, in you go, in you go. Oh my goodness. That's not how I wanted it to go, but it's gone in the back of the net. Seriously fortunate. Lazari with the goal, and we are 2-0 up going into half-time. Lazari with the goal. Nice little double step over. I was trying to blast it into the far corner. Instead, it takes a deflection, and it does go past Mignolet. I think it might have gone in anyway, to be honest, because it was at Mignolet's near post, and it was pretty ferocious, but even so, maybe it would have done, but it's a real strike of luck. Strike of luck, stroke of luck, strike of luck, why not? And we do go 2-0 up in this game, and it's going to be quite hard for Liverpool to get themselves back into it, but they're certainly capable of doing so, and we'll have to wait and see what happens in the second half. Anyway, the next question, excuse me, comes from Pete, and Pete says, wow, my throat is getting really dry already, and Pete says, any thoughts about doing some live streaming on Twitch or Ustream? To be honest, Pete, I've live streamed a couple of times. I've just done like test streams before. I did a couple at the back end of FIFA 14 before FIFA 15 came out, and to be honest, I really like the idea of live streaming, and sometimes I watch streams when I'm bored. Like I watch Nep stream quite a bit every now and then, and I do like the idea of being a live streamer myself, but the reason why I don't think it would work is because I think I might have mentioned this before. I really do feel as though if you're a live streamer, you have to be entertaining enough to keep people hooked on your channel for a prolonged period of time. I mean, I feel like people are going to get bored of my videos like 5 minutes in. So, how I could keep people entertained for like 30 minutes, or not even more, longer than 30 minutes, like, maybe like 2 hours sometimes, or 3 hours. Some streamers last for like 5 hours in one go. To keep people entertained and interested for that amount of time, I really don't think I could do that. Like, I'm honest, I'm boring. I'm a really boring person, and, I'm worried that, like right now I'm worried that people might be switching off the video because they're already bored at half time. So I really don't think that people would want to watch like 2 hour, 3 hour streams I do, to be honest. And it's something I would like to do, but even if I did feel as though people would be interested enough, I just wouldn't have the time for it anyway. Like I really wouldn't. I don't know. Like I really don't feel like. I just don't think I can make it work. I just don't think I can make it work. I would like to have a go. I would like to try and become a bit of a streamer because I think it is something which does interest me. But I don't think I could keep people interested enough, and I also don't think that I'd ever get enough time for it anyway. When you're doing 2 10-minute plus videos a day, sometimes longer, it's hard enough to just do that. To fit in like an hour or 2 for live streams as well, like I don't think I could be able to handle that. So there you go. Anyway, the next question comes from Varane's injured. When was Varane injured? What? Did I miss Varane getting injured? Oh, he must have just got injured a minute ago. I didn't see that. Anyway, our next question comes from JP, and JP says, what is the favourite series or video you've ever done? The favourite series I've ever done was My Player, but not the My Player I'm running right now, even though I do really enjoy that. It was my FIFA 12 My Player, the first series I ever ran. That was really fun for me just because I felt as though any kind of video I put out would be enjoyed. You know, it was great because I really did feel as though I had the whole subscribers that were subscribed to me back then enjoying every single video I put out in that series and waiting for every single episode. And it was really good for me because I just felt so comfortable making the videos as well. And I think the best thing about it was just knowing that whatever I did, I knew the subscribers would appreciate it. You know, like there's sometimes I put out an episode of Career Mode or Club and Country or my Player right now, and I'm worried that people won't enjoy the videos and whatever for whatever reason. Like for example, like if I move teams, for example, even though I let you guys make the choice, not me, and I'm as fair as possible with that, I'm still worried that you guys still might not like it and be a bit annoyed about it. Even though I let you guys make the choice, I couldn't do it fairer. So I'm always worried about that. Whereas that My Player series, I made the decisions to go and join new teams back then. I didn't let you guys choose, I did it myself. Yeah, I was always confident that you guys would enjoy whatever decision I made. Like there was a season where I went from Champions League to going to a French side called Le Havre, who had literally just been promoted from the second tier of French football to the top tier, and yet I was still confident that even though I'd made a really bizarre career decision, people would still enjoy it, you know, and they did. So it was awesome, you know, like it was really awesome to know that whatever I put out, I felt as though people would enjoy it, you know, and there was just so much freedom for me to do whatever I wanted and make the series however I wanted it, and people would still enjoy it, you know, so it was my favourite series to run. As for my favourite video I've made, it would probably be my FIFA 14 Career Mode series finale. The reason being, oh, what a goal this could be. Oh, what a goal. What a goal, and Bai Niang. That is probably one of the goals of the series. That is beautiful. I mean, yes, it's only 2 skill moves, but whenever you can pull off like a rainbow flick goal, it always looks so nice. It would have been better had he struck it on the half volley here, but even so, that's still a lovely goal, isn't it? 3-0 up, and yeah, I can't see Liverpool getting back into the game now. Anyway, yeah, the favourite video was the FIFA 13 career mode. Did it go through the legs of Varane as well? That was unbelievably sweet, wasn't it? Yeah, my FIFA 14 career mode series finale was just great. I mean, it took me like a week to make that video, and I put so much effort into all the videos I make anyway, but when making that video, to have a video take like a whole week to make, and you know, if not just a whole week, then definitely a few days at the very least, and to source all the video files, to, you know, to go through all the episodes, obviously not watching all the episodes, but to go through many episodes, and to ask you guys to tell me what your favourite moments in that series were, to just mash them all together, put music in the background, it was really, really cool, you know, and I really like making that video. You guys seem to really like it as well. And it was just really fun for me, and if I can remember to leave a link to it in the description for you guys that haven't seen it, maybe you weren't subscribed to me back then, I'll try and do so, because it was just really fun for me to make that video, and a lot of you guys really enjoyed it as well, and it was just a really fun video, and it was my favourite one I've made on YouTube so far, and there you go. And the next question we'll get to in just a moment's time comes from, I need to scroll up, we'll get to it in just a moment's time, but Liverpool on the break here, good chance we're not on the break, but they're on the ball, and I've given it away again. Liverpool are so good at holding on to the ball in this game, they really are. It's so hard to get the ball off, and their possession, their precision passing is great, and what a save by Chris Ince. Next question comes from Adam Hawkins, and Adam says, do you still play Football Manager off camera? And this is a question I would like you guys to answer. Well, obviously not answer this specific question, but the one I'm going to ask you now. I have brought Football Manager. I brought it a couple of days ago, and I downloaded it from Steam, and I've been playing the game off camera for a couple of days, just trying to learn the game, get used to it again, because I haven't played since my Everton save back in FM14, just trying to get used to the game, and I'm not sure whether you guys would like me to do some more Football Manager, because I don't have the time to play it just on my own, and just for fun. So if I was going to play it, I would make a series on it for YouTube, and I don't know whether you guys would like to see an FM series, because last year a lot of you guys requested it, but not too many of you watched it. And maybe that's it is partly my fault for uploading it quite late at night sometimes, and I guess just not being good at the game, and not being as interesting at the game, and so on and so forth. But I've had a lot of requests of late from some people saying, you know, to do a new series, could you try some FM again? So if you guys would like some Football Manager, then please let me know in the comments, you know, right now if you can. So just let me know in the comments, just say, yeah, I'd like some Football Manager from you, I'd really like to see some FM. Let me know, and I'll think about getting to work on a new series for it, because I love FM, as you guys know, enjoy Djordjevic should score. Oh my goodness, is he literally just... Is that not offside? Was there not a player offside there? Maybe not. But yeah, I'd love to do some FM for you guys. But if there's enough interest for it, I'll certainly think about making a series. But I don't want to do a series on it when there's only just a handful of you guys who would want to watch it. I think it would be a pretty, big waste of my time, to be honest. So if you guys would like to see an FM series, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I won't bother. And there you go. And excuse me. My throat is seriously dry right now. Next question comes from Paul Murphy, and he says, serious question, how long did it take you to master Legendary? Because, to be honest, I don't know a single person who copes with it like you. To be honest, Paul, I don't think I'm really a master at the difficulty. I think I'm okay at it, but I'm not really a master. Whenever I come down to talking about my ability on FIFA, I always say that I feel as though I'm pretty comfortable at the game, but I wouldn't say I'm good at it, if that's the right way of saying it. I don't really feel like I'm going to be, how do I explain this, I guess, without sounding too arrogant? I feel like Legendary is a difficulty for me, which I can, control pretty well if I really want to win, like I'm really determined to win the game. But it's still something that does give me problems every now and then. Legendary is not something which I just dominate every single game with ease, and I just, sometimes I'll throw games, for example. That's not how it is at all. There are some games which are really difficult for me, and I just can't win them. I always put on Chesney for instead for some reason. So Legendary is a difficulty which is, and still can be, very hard. But I guess the best way of putting it, and to give you guys some advice, even though I never really like to give advice on how to play the game, because again, I still don't classify myself as a good player, I think I'm just a bit above average. I guess my best piece of advice would be to just keep playing it and don't drop down the difficulty. Like, whenever I get tweets from people saying, how on earth can you cope on Legendary, I keep on having to go down to world class, I always think, that's your problem right there. Don't go down to world class. Don't go back down to a difficulty that you're comfortable playing on, because if you're not comfortable playing on world class, you're not going to bump up to Legendary, And, if you're comfortable playing on world class already, then don't go back down to it, because you're not going to improve yourself as a player offline. So, my best piece of advice would genuinely be, I know it wasn't your question, it was how long did it take you to master Legendary, and the answer is I still haven't exactly mastered it, but I've got a little bit better. The best answer to that question would be, it took me quite a while, but it's because I kept on playing it and I didn't drop down to world class again. Once I changed to Legendary in my FIFA 13 career mode in the Sunderland save, I never dropped it down again. I never dropped it down, even though at times it was a real struggle. I kept it on Legendary because I knew that was the best way for me to improve as an offline player, and it's the truth, it really is. If you're struggling to play on Legendary, and you've just bumped it up from world class, yet world class is too easy for you, keep playing on Legendary. I know it's going to be hard at first, I know you might lose the majority of your games at first, but keep on playing, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get better at the game. So I guess that's just the best way of turning that question into a piece of advice for you guys. But to actually answer the question properly, how long did it take me? It did take me quite a while to get to a really decent level and understanding of how to play the difficulty and master the difficulty that way. Even though I wouldn't say I'm a master of the difficulty or anything, I just think I'm pretty good at it and knowing how to exploit the AI, because that's just how it is really. I exploit the AI quite a lot with pace and counter-attacks and so on and so forth, just like right now. But yeah, I guess to turn that question into a piece of advice, genuinely just try your best to keep on playing, even though I know it does get frustrating when you lose the majority of your games, but just keep on playing, and eventually you'll be able to exploit the AI a little bit better and get better yourself. And there you go, I turned that question into a completely different one. Anyway, next question comes from Anaf Tamid, and he says, who is your favourite FIFA YouTuber? Right now, I have a few, but I'll say the YouTubers I'm watching quite a bit right now. Obviously, Nep I'm watching quite a bit. Chris MD, Kazooie and Raleigh, as per usual. I can't get enough of Kazooie and Raleigh. But Spencer right now is my favourite FIFA YouTuber. He is just, oh my god, Spencer is the type of YouTuber I want to be. He's just awesome. He does the type of things I really wish I was comfortable doing. He really does. He's so entertaining. He's really funny. He seems like a genuinely really nice guy. I've never spoke to him or anything, obviously. He probably doesn't know who I am. But he seems like a really nice guy. He's the type of YouTuber I have no problem recommending to you guys. I guess that's the best way of putting it. I think he's brilliant, and yeah, I even though I really like Chris MD and Kazooie and Raleigh and Nep, and there are so many great FIFA YouTubers out there right now. There really are. There's not a lack of quality in the FIFA community right now. That's what I really like about it. Jack, or Ezekiel Gaming as well, has just been doing brilliant with his channel. He's really good to watch as well. There are just so many, and Lasty as well. There are so many YouTubers out there right now. Age of Free FIFA. There are so many YouTubers right now that are just so awesome to watch. I'm just throwing names out the hat that are really good YouTubers. There are so many good YouTubers right now, FIFA YouTubers, that are worth watching and worth your time. It's great. great. There is so much choice out there. There is so many good, entertaining YouTubers that are well worth your time if you want to find someone new, you know. But for me, as great as all those YouTubers are right now, the one I'm watching more than any other is Spencer. I think Spencer is fantastic, and he's my favorite by far. He's just perfect. Like, he's just genuinely perfect with what he does, the way he does it, and he's the type of YouTuber that I would want to be. You know, he's absolutely awesome, and there you go. But again, there's just so many. Like, there's so many. Chris MD as well is really awesome, and the guys I just mentioned right there are awesome as well. There are so many others that I just wouldn't get the time to mention that are brilliant, and there's just it's great. Like, it's really great to be in FIFA 15 right now, and there is so much choice for you guys out there that want to watch FIFA videos. There is so much choice for you guys to find, you know, new YouTubers that you would really like watching, because there are so many good ones. It's absolutely awesome, you know, it really is. And the next question I'll get to in just a moment's time comes from, as Nyan could be through. No, he's tackled. Next question comes from Craig Henderson, and he says, "Why are you always so hard on yourself?" And I just noticed the final whistle went. I thought it was a foul. Craig Henderson. Anyway, we'll get to our question in just a moment's time. We've won the FA Cup though. We've beaten Liverpool by 4-1, and I'm pretty relieved about it as well, because had I lost this final after winning the one I was just playing a minute ago, I'd be quite frustrated about it. But even so, we won the FA Cup final. I felt as though we were probably going to do it anyway, to be honest. We've had the better of Liverpool on the previous 3 attempts, and I felt as though it would be a bit more of a difficult game. It was actually quite routine. Ince did have to make a couple of good saves though, but even so, I felt as though I was good enough to win that, and deserved winners, and we did win it. We won it 4-1. That's fantastic. So Ramsey is going to lift the trophy, and we are the FA Cup winners, which does mean that, of course, mathematically, yes, City could still somehow win the title, but of course we know it's not going to happen. We are the champions of the champions of the FA Cup? We are the FA Cup champions, and it's really good. And again, it is a shame to not go as far as we could have done in the Champions League. I was targeting reaching the final, but the board said the semi-finals will be all right. We matched that. And yeah, a domestic treble is still a great achievement. You know, a domestic treble is a really good achievement in our first full season with Arsenal, and I'm really pleased with that. So again, I am going to simulate the game with Newcastle, which is the final one of the season, and yeah, we'll just end the season as well. We'll look at the stats of the players, the squad report, and so on and so forth. Answer a couple more questions as well, and there you go. Did I play that game on 6 minutes or 7 minutes? Because that went by really quickly. I'm pretty sure I didn't bump it up to 7 minutes. That went by really quickly. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Still, as we're ending the celebration here, I'll get down to another question. And Craig Henderson says, I'm talking really quickly right now, aren't I? I need to slow down. Craig Henderson says, why are you always so hard on yourself? The answer to that is pretty simple, to be honest. We had better pass accuracy than the opposition. That rarely ever happened to me. I think we definitely deserved that win, didn't we? The answer to that question is pretty simple. It's just because I'm not a perfectionist or anything, but I have really high expectations, and I have really high estimations of what I want to do or what I want to be. And it's really frustrating to know that the vast majority of the time I fail those. Sometimes I'm quite misfortunate, but sometimes I make really stupid mistakes. And you know, it's like right now, I mean, without getting too depressing, it's like right now how do I explain this without getting too depressing? Basically, there's something I've been working towards for quite a long time now, and that City game wasn't played during that game. It must be after this advance, surely. Did City win their game in hand? Are they still mathematically in the title race? Let's have a wait and see. Are City still in the title race? Oh, they are. City could still mathematically win the title. Yeah, where was I going with that question? So yeah, basically, to not get too depressing, there's something I've been trying to do for like the past year and a half, and I've invested so much time and money and effort into it, and it's genuinely been consuming my mind, and it's been the thing I thought about the most during this period of, you know, almost 2 years. And I've pretty much completely messed it up, and it's pretty much all over, and I've completely ruined my chances of ever getting to a, let's just say getting it back, I guess, and getting myself into having a chance at actually being able to achieve what I really wanted. And it's unbelievably frustrating because I was the one that made a mistake over it. I made a real big mistake, and that's why I'm so hard on myself, because it's my fault, and I made the error, and I've only got myself to blame. So I'm really hard on myself, and I'm really negative because I feel as though most things are my fault, I guess, and I mess up all the time, and it doesn't really feel very good knowing that I keep on messing up and I keep on making mistakes. So yeah, it's just I don't know how to explain it better. You know, you know how I feel probably. I guess there are some of you out there who probably feel the same way as me as well. When you have such high estimations, when you have such high expectations, and you just consistently fail over and over again. I mean, I've said before, there aren't too many things that can make me cry nowadays, but the episode where Bart gets an F, and he fails well, it's not, I don't know, is it the final test of the year? Well, he fails a test basically, which is going to keep him held back in the 4th grade, and obviously in the end it turns out to be okay. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode, it turns out to be okay, because Mr. Krabappel gives him an extra mark, and he does manage to pass the test just. But yeah, it's that episode does make me cry, because I can really relate to Bart's feelings on that. But anyway, basically the answer to the question is just because I keep making mistakes, and I only have myself to blame most of the time. And there you go. Anyway, I'm submitting a squad for the Confederations Cup here, aren't I? So who do I want to put into this team? Because I think this team is exactly how I want it. I actually set this up in game before I came on air, before I started doing this commentary, because I knew the deadline was coming up, and I think this is exactly how I want it, thinking about it. Do I want to play any of those players? I might give Stones a call up and try and take out... no, actually, because Cahill's not in there anymore, is he? Cahill's gone. Yeah, that's... I'd say that's probably the exact same team I want. That's exactly how I want to do it. Okay, we're going to leave that team as it is. So yeah, that's the answer to that question, basically. And Santi Cazorla is retiring. Wow, okay, so Cazorla's left the club, or he's going to leave the club. And there you go. There's no information about it. There's no email. I thought, oh, there we go. So Cazorla's going to retire. That's a shame. Let's read what he says. Boss, I've struggled with the decision for some time, but having spoken with my family numerous times over the last few months, I decided the time is right for me to finish my career. I'd love to play in front of our wonderful fans one last time, though, so I hope you can involve me in the final match of the season. Do you know what? We're simulating it, so we will. We'll let you play, because we're simulating it. But yeah, did I answer that question? Yeah, pretty much. You know how I feel. You know how it is. It's just constant failure, and usually only having myself to blame, and I absolutely hate myself for it. Anyway, our next question comes from Tim, and Tim says, if you had one day to live, what would you do with your time? To be honest, I remember reading this question and just thinking how I was going to answer it. And to be honest, like, if I had one day to live, I wouldn't want to do anything. Like, I really wouldn't. And it sounds ridiculous. I'm going to captain Cazorla, even though it means nothing for the final day because we're simulating it. To be honest, I wouldn't want to do anything. Like, I would genuinely not want to do anything at all. Like, I would just be so... I wouldn't exactly be depressed to the point where I know that I'm going to be dying tomorrow or whatever. But I wouldn't really feel like... I wouldn't really feel like doing anything. Do you know what I mean? I'd just be like, well, it's done. It's over. Like, there's nothing else I can do, so I may as well just leave it, you know? So if I was dying tomorrow... Wow, this guy looks pretty good. If I was dying tomorrow and I had one day left, I honestly, and I mean this, I'm not just saying this to sound all kooky and, like most people are like, oh, I'd want to see all my family and all my friends. Honestly, I wouldn't want to do anything. Like, I genuinely would not want to do anything. I would just be fine sitting at home, just chilling and literally just chilling, maybe making videos as per usual. I probably would actually just go about my day as I normally do, probably. I'd probably just go about my day as I normally do, and, because otherwise it wouldn't feel right, it wouldn't feel natural. I'd just go about my day as I normally do, and I'd wait for myself to die, or whatever happens, and there you go. And, who made the Confederations Cup squad? Niang, Ozil, and all those English players. Cool. And, yeah, there you go. So let's simulate this game against Newcastle. Again, a final reminder, City can mathematically win the title, but they need to win their game, we need to lose our game, and there needs to be a goal swing by 26 goals. It's not going to happen. As for the Champions League, West Brom could miss out, Spurs could qualify, and Norwich, Norwich are down, so there you go. So let's go ahead and simulate this game, see what happens, and there you go. That would be crazy if West Brom miss out the Champions League. That would be absolutely bizarre. I can't see it happening because they've got a really good squad, because I left them with it, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, who are City playing? Let's have a look. Not that it matters in any way. They've got QPR away. Sergio Aguero is going to have to score quite a few more 90th-minute goals if they're going to get themselves back into this title race. Anyway, let's just get on with it. And there you go. And the next question comes from, whilst I'm answering all of these, next question comes from Joel, and he's a really long-term sub of mine. And Joel says, have you ever broken a controller out of anger? No, I haven't. I've honestly, I don't think I've ever broken anything out of anger before. I really don't. I can't ever remember. Wow, QPR are leading as well. I don't recall me ever breaking anything out of anger. Like, I really don't. Maybe I have before, but I honestly cannot remember it at all for the life of me. Not a controller, not a chair, not a phone or a console. I honestly cannot remember breaking anything out of anger before. So yeah, I've never broken a controller out of anger. I've never done anything out of anger before. Like, I've never really got too aggressive. I'm really good at repressing my emotions and how I feel, So I don't remember breaking anything out of anger, and there you go. So, yeah, we win the league table. Oh my god, West Brom did actually miss out on the Champions League. That's crazy. West Brom, man, what's going on there? I left you with such a great squad and you're not going to play in the Champions League next season. That's ridiculous. Still, Arsenal win the title by 4 points. So City must have lost on the final day to QPR. Wow, that's crazy. We drew that game 0-0. I think Niang missed a penalty as well. I think I just saw that. So that's the final league table anyway. Let's just end it here. That's the final league table. We do win by 4 points. Second, third, and fourth were City, Everton, and then Spurs, who won on the final day to creep into fourth. That's crazy. I did not anticipate that coming. And the bottom three were Norwich, Derby, and Southampton. Southampton rock bottom with just 3 wins all season. That's crazy. What happened there? I have no idea. Manchester United as well, finishing 16th. I have no idea what happened there. In fact, I'm actually going to show you their squad because it's bizarre. They do not have a bad squad at all. It's really, really weird how they have completely failed this season. Like it's bizarre. And if this is frozen, is it frozen? No, it's not. It's actually bizarre how bad Manchester United are being. Because their squad is not that bad at all. So I want to show you guys their squad. It's crazy. But yeah, to answer the question again, I've never broken anything out of anger. It's just I'm just calm, I guess. And even when I am angry, I repress it quite well. But yeah, their squad is this is City, not United. Jesus. Yeah, their squad for United is actually really decent. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's still really, really decent. You can see the players there: Lukaku, Hernandez, David De Gea, Nani, Ben Arfa, Valencia, Silva, Januzaj. Also, Januzaj does really well on career mode. Herrera does pretty well too. Fellaini grows a couple, doesn't he? Yeah, he does too. Jan and Villa's there. Daily Blind is there as well. They've got a decent squad, United. Okay, it's not perfect or anything, but that to finish 16th, that is really, really surprising. To be honest, I'm shocked at how poor they've been this year. But there you go. Still, yeah, I've never broken anything out of anger, or at least I can't think so. And there you go. And what else do I need to show you before we end the season? I'll go through these off camera. And what else do there's something else I need to show you, isn't there? Look at Tahiri, man. Do you remember when we signed this guy for PSG? Look at him, he's crazy. All the best French players are at PSG right now. Yeah, so what else do I need to show you right now? Was I gonna buy another youth scout? I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna buy another global transfer network scout, I think. Was I gonna do this? May as well. Just buy there we go. Just buy the best one. Why not? We got the money right now. So something else I was gonna do just before I ended the episode, but I can't remember what it was. Because we've got the Confederations Cup, I can't actually end the season in today's episode because it will go on. Yeah, there we go. We've got the group stage there. So I'll have to squad report. That's it. I've got to show you the squad report. And I've got to show you the stats of the season as well. So let's do that now. The stats, where I player stats as well for the Premier League. Oh, excuse me, I almost sneezed there. So Niang was top goal scorer with 34 goals. That's just crazy. He was 11 goals ahead of Benteke. Lazari got 15 as well. Those two got 49 goals between them. That's absolutely absurd. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, next question whilst we're going on with this, and it comes from Abdallah Musa, and he says, why did you delete all your old videos? I didn't delete all my old videos, I just privatized them, and I did that just to clean the channel up. I didn't do them because I was like embarrassed or anything of, oh yes, Gaz is getting on the clean sheet charts. I didn't do them just because I was embarrassed or anything of you know, how I used to do YouTube, because I have changed a little bit, not too much obviously, but my commentary is a little bit different now. But I did it just to clean up the channel, I guess. I knew no one was going to watch, like, you know, my old FIFA 11, FIFA 12 videos, for example, so I just thought it'll clean up the channel. It will make it look a bit neater, and there you go. So there was no real science to it. I just did it just to make my channel look a bit more better, I guess, and a little bit neater. And the next question comes from Callum. No, it doesn't. It comes from It's Birdiekins, which is a great name. And he says, "Do you find YouTube easy or hard?" I find YouTube both easy and hard some days. I mean, sometimes. Wow, goalkeeper tournament, Christians. Well done, son. I find YouTube easy sometimes when I'm really comfortable with the videos I'm making. Like, for example, this one's felt kind of easy for me to do, and it's just been nice to chat whilst I've been playing the game. Niang made it into the team of the season, but he was our only Arsenal representative, you know, despite the fact we topped the table by a few points, and there were a lot of standout players in our team, but only Niang. I mean, you know, Chris Ince kept his most clean sheets, won goalkeeper of the tournament, yet instead Ruffier got there, and yeah, okay, fair enough. And Niang won Golden Boot, and that's it, isn't it? So yeah, so yeah, sometimes I can find YouTube pretty easy to do. Like this episode right now, for example, has been really easy for me. I felt really comfortable doing it, and it's just been really fun, I guess. But sometimes it can be really hard. Sometimes, for example, if media files corrupt and I've got to play the games again, that can be really stressful, especially if I've actually saved the game and I have to, you know, rely on auto saves and so on and so forth. It's, you know, I guess basically what I'm saying is sometimes it can be easy, sometimes it can be hard. A lot of people have this misconception of YouTubers that we basically, I don't care if this guy leaves his contract, he's not going to get one. Do we promote this guy? There's no real need for it, is there? Well, we'll promote him anyway. Why not? So some people have this misconception of YouTubers that we basically just spend like 2 hours a day, if that, making a video, and then just doing nothing else for the rest of the day, just messing about playing other video games and so on and so forth. But that's not true. Like, the majority of us spend several hours making videos, and it can be a real challenge to keep on getting them out. I mean, for me, consistency is one of the most important things about my channel, and it's one of the main reasons that a lot of you guys have subscribed, because I'm really consistent with what I do, and you guys know that every day you're going to get a video, and, the vast majority of times, two videos a day, and it can be really hard and really challenging to keep that up. I mean, for example, a few days ago, actually last weekend, there were issues with processing on YouTube where videos, and it wasn't just my channel, it was like for every channel on YouTube, processing was taking like 2 hours for one video, which was crazy, and sometimes longer than that. And I could only get one video up during one of the days, so I didn't do 2 videos a day like I usually do. I can only do 1 video a day because of a processing issue of YouTube, and it's really hard to try and get around that because I couldn't get around it, So sometimes it can be hard, sometimes it can be really stressful, sometimes it can be really demanding physically and mentally, and it can be really challenging, but sometimes it can just be a really easy thing to do. You can just breeze through, make the videos, and just feel comfortable with what you're doing. Like this video right now, for example, I felt really comfortable from start to finish, just talking away and playing the game, and I'm sure when I synchronize the audio, actually no, it's going to be synchronized already, isn't it, for Elgato? I'll start doing that now. But yeah, once I make the video and chop out the end and the start, it's effectively done, and it can be quite easy for me. But even so, I guess the answer to the question is, it can be easy, it can be hard. It just depends on whether you're lucky and what day it is, and so on and so forth. But anyway, here are the stats of the players. I'm looking at them right now. Some of these players have actually really disappointed me this year. Like, honestly, I'm looking at some of these players and they have not done as well as I would have hoped when I signed them. But for the most part, though, a lot of these players, like Niang, for example, look at that, man, 52 goals in 50 games this season. That is crazy, and 8 assists as well. Crazy. But yeah, some of these players next year, I'm gonna have real doubts about whether I want them to be in the first team or not, because I think that, some of these players should probably be looking to get sold. They really should. But even so, that's it, isn't it? I think that's all I need to do right now. I think that's pretty much the end of the episode, isn't it? So where are we here? Got player contracts expiring. Vickers and Amrabat, they're going to get sold anyway. Sorry, release. I don't really care. Okay, so we just got a new guy called Ben Daniels into the first team. So let's have a look at him. What does he look like? Squad report. Might as well just do this whilst I'm on camera, just for the minute. Ben Daniels, where are you, my son? There you are. 64 rated goalkeeper, showing great potential. That's good enough, I guess. And we'll try and send him out on loan next year. But he's bang average, really. He does have 3-star skills and can play central midfield, because a lot of goalkeepers are like that. That's kind of cool. I love this game. And look at short pass 42, long pass 29. I might give this guy a game in central midfield in pre-season. Why not? But yeah, I think that's going to end the episode, guys, because I've done pretty much all I need to do. I've been chatting for like 15 minutes, and I've just been trying to think of what I needed to do. So yeah, we're going to end the episode there, and we've got the Confederations Cup to come. So what we'll do is we'll get ourselves through to the game, which is right here, and we'll end the episode. So we're going to end the episode here. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do leave a like. It is much appreciated, and of course, it really does help my channel out. In the next episode, we are going to start the Confederations Cup with England. We are in Group A, and we have got Germany, France, and Brazil. And Group B is Mexico, Ivory Coast, Korea Republic, and New Zealand. Interesting group. So that's going to be quite a difficult group for us. But still, in the next episode, you'll see the Confederations Cup group stage. I'd hope we can make that out of it. It'll be difficult for us, but I hope we can. And we're going to end the episode there. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Really hope you have enjoyed it. Sorry if I've nattered on for a little bit. Apologise for that. But hope you enjoyed the video regardless. As per usual, if you can leave a like to help my channel out, then please do so. I really do appreciate it, and it does go a long way. You don't have to if you don't want to, though. I totally understand. And I will see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.